Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. And you guys know this is the 2001 Kawasaki Bayou. And I started working on it and we got it running, and this one was kind of a challenge. And one of the things that I did that, I'm not quite sure I want to keep it that way, is it looked like the timing was off. So I kind of jumped it one tooth, and it still looks like it's a half a tooth off. What I want to do now is give it a quick start, just to see if it will start, right? This is a cold start. So it's always good when they start. So let's do that. Choke on, gas on. I don't have too much gas in this thing, but hopefully there's enough in the carburetor. And let's see what she wants to do. That lopey sound that it has, even though it's a cold start, it's not warmed up, it's really not ready to go. It kind of always has that little bit of a lopey sound. So that's why I think I'm going to tweak the timing back to where it was, and we'll see what it sounds like there. Now, given that I've worked on this a few times, I'm going to try to really take a few shortcuts. I'm just going to remove that cap. I'm just going to remove this. I'm just going to remove the chain tightener there, right? The ignition tightener, right? Take that right out. And I'm going to do a little hop on it. If I really can't hold it in place, what I'm going to have to do is take the recoil off. As a matter of fact, you know what? I am going to take the recoil off because I'm probably not going to be able to reliably hold the crank in place. And the last thing one wants to do is mistime this and bang the valves up. So here we go. Okay, I think you can see the little line in the T. There you go. Right? So the crank is aligned perfectly. The chain is still tight. And you see that top? And you see the LF300. So it's KLF300. Anyway, I'm going to click it back one step and we'll see how it runs there. I'm trying to finish this engine up and I don't want to let it go one click out. So anyway, I'm going to kick it back one step. Let's see what happens. Okay, you guys can see the little T and the little notch and see that the crank is lined up. And when you look through here, I think I like that better. I think that looks a little better lined up. So I'm going to finish putting the whole thing back together again, and we'll see how it looks. Obviously, I had that out to jump the chain. I put it in, allowed the chain to adjust with that bolt loose. It just allows the timing chain tensioner to come in on it and tighten things up. Then I turned it around a bunch of times just to make sure, and I really do like the looks of this timing back one more time. I think before that the timing was for the valves was a little behind, and got to use the word behind, right? Which would kill part of my engine performance. And I think it's a lot better now, and it's also good to see that the timing chain's in decent shape. It's tight, so I think we're good here. Okay, here it is. I had to roll it out. It was a little too tight to drive backwards. You know, it's still got that little, not quite right still. Well, see how she runs. That ain't good. Jumping out of gear. second. Remember, I got no brakes on this thing. All I could do is reach down and hit the switch real quick. You know, it's weird when you ride a few of these in one day. Oh, this is the one with the clutch. And the rear end's brown. I'd say it's perkier than it was before. Now that the timing's been done, so that's a good thing. I'm wondering with Kawasaki if they're advance on their CDI at an idle might be a little bit more forward, allowing for the way they timed up everything. So when I mean this thing's obviously running on a cheap China CDI box, so maybe that's why it's doing some weird things at idle. I can't bang it around like I was with the Honda because the clutch isn't working right. Right, it's just it's hitting the gears. I gotta adjust that clutch. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I like this better or not. You guys might not believe this. But sometimes our friends with those cheap China carburetors, they don't get them quite right. So maybe that could be part of it. Like right now, I just turned it down. Yeah, see the it's just not quite idling as smooth as I would like it to. Like I'd like it to idle right there, but I'd like it to be smooth. Last time it was out, I had the idle up a little higher. Made it hard to stop. I don't want to run into anything important this time, so we're going to try not to do that twice. Yeah, the shifter's a little weird on this too. So I paid $375 for this one, and we got it running. But can't say I'm happy with the way it's running. Seems like skittish, like a feral cat, you know? Anyway, obviously it still needs some more love and attention. I figured I'd get the timing right where I want it. See if that helped. Maybe I'll swap the CDI box to the other one. See if that helps. I'll troubleshoot the Kawasaki ignition. I have two CDIs. One is a dead one. One's a good one. When you guys put me on to what kills the Kawasaki CDIs is the voltage regulator goes first. Then it overcharges the battery. That higher voltage takes out the Kawasaki Bayou CDIs. So it's interesting. There we are. I also slimed the left back tire, and hopefully it'll hold air. It was losing air pretty quickly. I think these are OEM tires. I think this is an OEM motor with an OEM timing chain and everything else. So yeah, I have the plastic and everything else for this. It'd be nice to see this come back, even if it's a little rough looking. It'd be nice nice to see it all put back together again. Anyway, sometimes these all-terrain vehicles are a straight line, like the Honda Recon, and some of these kind of mess with you a little bit. Seems for me, and maybe you guys will correct me and say no, but for me, I seem to have the best success with Hondas. For some reason, my technique or my parts or you know, my luck works better with them. It seems like, believe it or not, second, I seem to get most of the China stuff running without too much trouble. When it comes to these Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, and Yamahas, a lot of times I get them running, but not quite to perfection. So once again, it could be the Honda ignition parts or the China Honda clone ignition parts that I use have a timing curve that they don't particularly care for, or maybe these carburetors. I'm not sure. Carburetor just puts gasoline and air into a mixture and shoots it through your engine, but maybe for some reason my carburetors don't exactly agree with them. But yeah, it seems particularly Kawasaki's, they always seem to be a tad flaky once I finish with them. All right, anyway, I want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember, feet down, heads up, and I hope you all enjoyed the ride. Bye now.